say, yo, me like me up. I want to be live, but I swear, not easy. I've been rapping my own man, I'm getting the market, we're doing, I'm breaking the profit. On my way, people calling me names, all the trouble I see, I do at the peace. When they're suffering, those sources, I copy the code, only how I get paid. Sooner or later, my hustle pay. Let pay, and I'm rushing myself. Keep it cool, everything have a CC. Too much rushing, I probably chasing. One day, one day. I'll get it good. One day, my
hustle gonna pay one day. Any mess they're gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mess they're gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so worried. My papa was so worried. My friend was your money. Any mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way. 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 I'm on my way to this place and I'm looking for money. Looking for money, oh. Looking for money. I want make mama happy. Want make papa happy. Want make all my brothers and sisters to come around me.
Yeah, copy the code. Why you know you hustle? Why saying the pope by the Genesis? Shall come into power, shall come into power. I feel be working on Wednesday. You must look for the mile, you must look for the map. All in the dark, all in the dark, all in the week, all in the week. All in the sun, the
mama was so worried.
My
papa was so worried. My friend was your money. Any mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way. 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 I on my way.
Armando, you are a famous star now. So what do you have to say to the audience?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, welcome to the Total Commander, J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Happy Independence Weekend, America. I'm decked up in my Tuskegee Airmen gear this morning to pay respect to our first military men of the African American community who stood proudly and flew as professionally as any other American. All hail the Tuskegee Airmen. We remember you, we honor you, and we pay you homage. Good morning, my people. My topics for this morning that my board come around. First of all, it's 70 degrees in Providence, Rhode Island. This is a rainy weekend. According to the news, we may be having a thunderstorm, a lightning storm, but it's going to be rain this weekend. So make sure you got your umbrella, your poncho, your raincoat, whatever you need to keep you dry under this rain. Okay? For you who like playing in the rain, knock yourself out. Be careful with the lightning. Don't stay on the trees, open fields. Learn about lightning strikes and take heed and govern yourself. It's not the time to be out there fooling around. Okay? So take heed and govern yourselves. Right now in America, the CDC is concerned about monkeypox. We hear that this disease is a virus or whatever it is. It's like measles. You know, those things that form bumps all over your skin, filled with pus and fluids all over your skin, measles. They say it's like it. In Europe, it's growing, increasing. In America, we're getting concerned about it. So you can contract it by touching, sharing bed sheets, towels, and things like that. So take heed and govern yourselves. This is not it's not going to be a pandemic or endemic, but we just need to take heed and govern ourselves. You know, people who have it or believe that they have it, don't share your towels, don't share your beddings, don't rub your skin against other people. That's how it is contracted. So please be careful. Okay? Now let my topics come around and we can end for this morning. Number one, in the cause of the Liberian people, the struggle continues. Liberia's youth must be smart. Two, Dr. Glenn S. Prescod Community Self-Help Vocational Baking School, Buduburam Refugee Camp, Republic of Ghana. So let me take a sip of my coffee and we'll be back for my morning show. Okay? Hang in there with me. From time immemorial, most of us educated people have heard the saying, learn from your elders. That is a true saying in most cases, but somehow in the Liberian context, this does not apply. We cannot learn from our elders because our elders continue to make mistakes, childish and stupid mistakes. Why do they continue to make these mistakes? Because from time immemorial, we have never learned to be truthful. We have never learned to be trustworthy. Behind me is the word untrusted. Untrusted. So you can see the word. It was trusted and I put it on there, untrusted. They can't trust each other from time immemorial. And this is a legacy of President William V. S. Tubman of Liberia. This is his legacy. Liberian people cannot trust each other because during Tubman's legacy, during his tenure as president of Liberia, he made us to be liars. He made us to lie on each other. The PRO program that Tottenham had, which was the public relation officers, they were liars. They were snitches. They were paid to carry news to the government. And if they didn't like you, they carried a report on you. Many times people came to me, even on the top, they wanted me to be PRO. I told them no, because it had a stain on it, on that position, because you were a snitch and you were paid to lie on people because they wanted results. They will not pay you money for nothing. They pay you to get information. So if they pay you, you better bring some kind of juicy information in for them to start investigating people. And that's how they punish a lot of people unjustly. They had the people arrested falsely because the people were getting paid and they had to lie to justify their pay. So they had to make reports. They had to tell them who to investigate. And whatever you say had to be recorded. So we lived in a terrible society, and it still exists today. But that's how we're taught from Tottenham time. Tottenham taught us to be snitches and liars to each other. So our society grew to be liars, to be rogues, to be corrupt. All of that came from Tottenham. Because Tottenham had to stay in power for 30 years. How do you think he stayed in power? He had to bribe people, he had to kill people. I told you he killed the Comans, he killed my grandfather, poisoned him, put it on Talbot. Many other people they killed that were not even permanent. Put people in jail. 12 Red, all of them were in jail and flogged. Continuously for talking. Aberport. You see, Aberport was a one-man army, so he never posed a real threat. He never joined with people. When he spoke by himself, he wrote by himself. So Tottenham will always put him in jail and take him out and just forget about him sometime and just leave him. But because he never joined with other people. He said what he wanted to say as an independent person. People followed him. But as far as I know, he wasn't attached to no main group or party or anything. So Aberport did what he did. He was his own man. He was a teacher who wanted to say what he wanted to say and said it. And he gave Tottenham help too, because Tottenham used to put him in jail sometimes. You see? But our whole society has come from an era of corruption, of lies, of deception, of untrustworthiness, of stealing. And we can't continue on this trend. We cannot. Because look at the CPP. Look what happening in our country right now. Joseph Boca lost in Lofa County because he alone cannot beat George Weah and the coalition he has. George Weah CDC is now one party, that 4 parties together too. So you alone going to fight 4 parties together in Lofa County, whether they're your hometown or not. You got 4 political parties against you alone. And he lost miserably. And that's just a sign of things to come. That's a sign, because you can't beat George Weah alone. You cannot beat George Weah alone. And you cannot beat him with all the other important parties in the country. And besides you, Liberty Party and ALP send your bro Benanayure into your straight, because Benanayure had no place in this thing. He was the last thing, but you brought him in to get the Congo people vote. So you got it now. So you got to stick together. But you can't do it alone. And this is the thing, the same example of the betrayal, the distrust, the untrustworthiness, the deceitfulness, the lies that in most of us, I say all of us, because all of us come from Tottenham era. All of us come from Tottenham era, and that is what is killing our country. When one man stayed 30 years in power, he will corrupt the country. People did not want Totman in power for 30 years in a democracy. You know how many people opposed that, but were afraid because you go to jail. And Totman kept arresting people. People were being flogged and arrested consistently on lies. And you have Bestman and what other man and Campbell arresting people every time they get broke to get money. So Totman can throw more money into the security sector so they could steal. And this is how our country been going on from Totman time for 30 years. We live under this system of corruption, distrust, deceitfulness, lies, and treachery for 30 years. It is embedded in our society, and we got to break that trend. We got to break it. So Joe Boca can't break it. Look at Joe Boca there right now. And they call me Joe Boca better than you. All of them from the same stock. They don't trust each other. Typical example right here. They come together to form a unity to do something. Then we're in that group, they're trying to deceive each other and trying to lie to each other and trying to form groups against each other. You see how our people deceive ourselves and destroy everything we got? This is the Totman group. This is an example of our society today. That's why we need a new breed of leadership. In the cause of the people, the struggle continues. We must break the chain of corruption, of Totman era lifestyle in Liberia. We must break it. And to break it, we got to flog people. We got to punish people. We got to confiscate properties. We got to put people in jail. And we got to reclaim our money. People can't just steal from us and think because other people did it, they got a right to do it. No, 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 no. That chain of corruption and stealing and misuse of government property and misapplication of our resources must cease and desist during our lifetime. If we don't, our country will never grow. Our country now, because there will always be unrest. There will always be instability. There will always be some kind of violence in our country. We cannot persist like this. Our country got to change. We're too far backwards, my people. We're too far backwards. 65 years, we still don't have roads to Maryland from Monrovia. Man, come on, we're too far backwards, man. These useless people cannot help us. They can't help us. They are entrenched in the Totman philosophy. And they can't help us because they're behaving just like Totman want them to behave. Divided and stupid and backwards. 4 educated men cannot come together and stay together and work together and agree on things together. They got to be acting like animals and fools. These people are damn fools. They get together and act like useless criminals. These are criminals, man. Y'all say you're educated. You're leading our people and y'all come together and act like useless baboons. It's unbelievable. But these are the legacies from the Totman era. Same thing with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. That useless woman became president of our country. She started a war. I have no damn respect for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf because I know Ellen Johnson Sirleaf started our civil war so she could be president of Liberia. Nothing wrong with that. If the Liberian people let you, and they let her. People follow her. They said they were overthrowing door for the 13 people they killed. I'm not stupid. My pa was killed. Nobody coming to fight for my pa. Anybody tell me they coming to fight for my pa, I will kick you in the balls. Because if you coming to fight for my pa, you're a useless person. I fight for Liberia. I don't fight for my pa. Even my pa die, I ain't gonna fight for my pa. What am I fighting for my pa for? My pa was a government official. He was held with the security of my state. And he let it down. I ain't gonna fight for my pa. Are you crazy? I ain't gonna fight for Talbot. Are you crazy? These people failed us. They had a responsibility to protect the Liberian Republic. with all means at the disposal. And they sat down there and gave our country to foreigners. Talk about foreigners coming to protect our country. I ain't fighting for my power. I ain't fighting for Toba. I ain't fighting for none of those people. I'll fight for the West African Republic of Liberia. That's why me and people, our philosophies are different. We are different. I'm a man of knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And I know that if you are a political leader, you have a great responsibility to maintain your political system. And if you take your political system and put it in the hands of foreigners and say foreigner will protect your system, and the same foreigners come and kill you and give your system to somebody else, then you won't cry. You won't cry. And you think I would get up to fight for you. That's why I told Ellen Johnson said I wasn't fighting for Toba. They came to me. That's why I know Ellen Johnson said he started the war. They came to me to join them. I told them no. My job not to kill my own people. Who I will go fight? You think I'm going to be that 14-year mess of war that was perpetrated in our country that killed so many of our people? Why would I put my hand in that kind of thing for? That's an ungodly situation. I'm a Christian soldier. I don't fight stupid wars. I don't just kill people for killing them sick. Because that happened in our Civil War. People just kill people, to get rid of their enemies, for power, for wealth, to steal our resources. That's all that went on. And that's why it's incumbent on our young people to be smart. You know why, young people? Because they're always using you're the one they use. They go to the university, now they got other your militants talking about your fighters, your militants. For what? What kind of militants? Militants don't like book. Militants belong in the damn bushes. Go fight war. Get out of the damn university. You won't be militant? Man, look at all these young American people dressing up in suit and tie, going to college and want to excel themselves in the world. You're talking about munya and all that stupid shit. That shit gotta stop. It gotta stop. It's not becoming of college students. You don't gotta be militants to fight your battles. You're fighting your battle with your head. Where you're all in military uniform looking at idiots for. When you should be writing your complaint on pen and paper to the UN and to the ECOWAS and these different places. And protesting. You can protest. But you need no military uniform to protest. The days of dual era is over. Y'all want protest, y'all protest like intellects. Get out of that military uniform. Put on your jeans, put on your t-shirt, put on your coat suit. Go out there and sit down. You gotta be marching. You gotta do nothing, just sit. That's right. All of y'all just go and sit on the campus. Don't do nothing. Nothing happening. You people gotta learn the modern way of doing things. But if the students not enlightened, if y'all who want to change our country are backwards and blind and idiots, talking about munya in military uniform, talking about militants, you're backwards. You're idiots. When I see you doing those kind of things, I don't even want to help you because I mean the whole university is backwards because the mentality of the students are not geared toward knowledge. It's geared toward militancy and backwardness. And you people will never achieve nothing like that. And that helps to bring our country down to shame and disgrace. All that damn soup and all that shit with your brown uniform walking around like militants, it will bring our country down. No. You, our university students, supposed to be intellectuals. You want to wear your jeans, wear your jeans. You want to wear your t-shirt, you want to wear your suit, wear it. Get out of that military uniform. That's not college. That's idiocy. That's idiosyncrasy. That's stupidity. College students are not militants. College students are intellects. When you start fighting your battle as militants, you don't belong in the college. You belong in Boys Town. And that's where we'll put you when we come. You'll start that shit on the mine range. All of you going to Boys Town for school in a camp. That's where militants belong. And we'll treat y'all as military people. Y'all won't be military people. We'll put y'all in Boys Town and y'all will wake up 5 o'clock every morning and don't go to bed until 12 o'clock every night and see what it is to be a damn military person. I will teach you what it is to be a military person. You won't be a militant, we'll treat you like a militant. You won't be a college student, protest like a college student. Dress like a college student. Use methods of college students to protest like intellects. You come before me with your muya shit. I put every one of y'all on Boys Town and lock in the gate. You're not leaving the gate. That will be your home until you graduate from. That will be re-education. 1 year of re-education. I will lock all of you in there and you will be trained by my military teachers for 1 year re-education. When y'all come out of there, you will know what it is to protest like students and not militants. Y'all got to stop the stupidness now. You youth of Liberia got to be smart. If you want to change Liberia, you got to change Liberia like smart thinking people, not like idiots and dummies. You are not militants. You are college students representing the intellectual society of Liberia. And you better behave like intellects. There are ways to protest like intellects. Dress like intellects. Behave like intellects. But you come before me with your muya shit. From door time to this time, I will arrest every one of y'all. You don't believe me? Let me take over that country and you'll try that shit. We'll put all of y'all in a camp called Boys Town. It will be close to Belayala. And y'all will be re-educated there. Y'all will do 1 year of military re-education before y'all come back to college. Because if you don't know how to demonstrate as a college student, you don't know how to protest like a college student, you will be treated like who you think you are. And there will be no mistaking about it. You don't believe it? Try me. Try me. Because if y'all don't change your mentalities, how the older people will change their mentalities? You people are college students. You demanding resources for education and knowledge. Then you come in military uniform, the monkeys and baboons and stupid asses. It's not right. It's not right. You got to show some sense of educational acumen and understand that we don't want militants in our colleges. We want students with thinking faculties. You want to protest? Protest like a student. Use your pen and paper. Demonstrate like a student. But don't come before me with military uniform and all you can think about you militant. I will treat you like a militant. There are ways students protest. Dress like a student. Behave like a student. Will respect you like a student. And treat you like a student. But in a new, modern Liberia, you come protesting when you want change, then you acting like a baboon. You acting like war people, people of violence and idiosyncrasy. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You got to get out of those militant uniforms. You got to put on your jeans. You put on your t-shirts. You put on your hats. Whatever you all put on. You get out of those military uniforms. You can still march and sing your songs, but be like students. Don't be like militants. We don't want militants in our colleges no more. Why? You ain't got money to buy clothes. You got to buy duka flare. All those brown things that you'll be wearing and soup and things that duka flare. You don't need to buy clothes. You don't want jeans. You ask people to help you with jeans. But you get out of those brown khaki things. Those things look like duka flare you're wearing. You can't be wearing duka flare in our colleges and trying to act like college students. You people are idiots. Now cut the violence. Behave like students. talk like students. All that militant shit you're writing, it don't matter. It don't matter. You people better stop it. You're not leading our society in the right direction. You're breeding students who will be idiots like you. That idiosyncrasy, that stupidity. You'll get out of those military uniforms. You'll start behaving like military people, and you'll explain what you're going to say to the public and get your point across the sound thinking, educated people. All that muya, stupid shit got to cease and desist. On a mind ring, you do that shit, you will not get no college education. You will not get no scholarship. No militancy. We'll put all of you out of the colleges. We see all of you in military uniform, you will get pink letter from the university putting you out and see what you will demonstrate. Try that shit on your chest. See what will happen to you. Because every Liberian will have the opportunity to go to school and learn. And all this militancy and stupidity will cease and desist. And you young people are the future of our country. Open your eyes and open your minds. The time for all that door, stupidity, and militancy got to cease and desist. You've got to behave like students. Students in the world who are serious about education do not come in a militancy and stupid philosophy and jargons and all that stupid shit. Say what you got to say and let us hear it. Like students. All this thing got to cease and desist. All this Doe era, Tottenham era, Torba era. No. We want a new breed of leadership in our country. People who will come with new ideas to change our society, not put us backwards into the 1960s and 1970s. We don't want to go back to that era. We want to move forward, not backwards. And we need people in our society that can lead us forward. Now, all this kind of militancy got to stop, man. We built a strong military. You want to be militant? Go in the damn military. But you try that thing out of the military, we'll deal with you accordingly. You take it our universities, we'll deal with you accordingly. The university is a place to learn. We have ROTC in the university. You want to be a soldier? You want to be militant? Join the ROTC. Become an officer in the Liberian military. But outside of that, you'll try that military BS. Militancy in the university will expel every one of you. You will not go to school in Liberia. You'll go to school in Sierra Leone. You'll go take that shit to Sierra Leone and Guinea and Ivory Coast here. They will tolerate that thing there. Enough is enough. Smart thinking Liberian children help to change our society in positive ways. We got to stop that militancy. You got to start to set a new pace for our society too. You people are supposed to be sound thinking young children. You all know we can't continue with that 1980 stuff. Muya, yeah, all that stupid. That 1960 thing, and you're still doing it. That 1970, 1980, 1990, why you're still doing this thing in 2000? Acting like idiots. I'm not impressed. I'm hardly not impressed. It hurts my heart. Now my appeal to you young children in Liberia, start to think. Start to think. You people are the majority in our country. I know you need direction and leadership, but all the militancy in our universities is not the right way to go. Yes, you have rights to protest, but do it like students. Don't do it like soldiers, like militants. You bring a different dimension to your whole ideal of protest, to your whole ideal of wanting change and direction when you start acting like militants, when you start exhibiting propensities of violence. You don't want all of that. Students behave differently. Students protest differently. Students are people of the pen and the minds. You know, yes, you can have riots and things like that. It happens. But if you have genuine protest in schools, the students are guided on how to behave, how to protect the resources of the university so they don't damage it. Other people don't come and mislead the protest in a different direction and start breaking up things. Now, our college protest is different from street protests. When you're protesting on a college, the protest got to be against the administration or guided because the students don't want to go around breaking the school property. That's your property. So you protect your property. But you protest against the administration. You show your anger against the administration. So everything, students protest different from militants. There's no violence. They protect the school property, but they get their point across. They're not going to school. They're not doing anything. The school got to pay the administrators for nothing. You know they will get the school back. The parents will be pressure the school to get it, stop all of that, get the thing back. That's when the parents start pressuring the school and the government and all of that. When the children start protesting, because your parents will know. You will tell your parents why you're protesting. And the parents will say, well, government, or the children protesting, you need to get them better food. You need to get them better campus. That's how it works. But we can't behave that we behaved in 1980. The things we did in 1980, we can't do it today. And that's where we're going. Our whole society going backwards. Our whole society is going backwards. The students, the leaders, everybody behaving like monkeys going backwards. We're not moving forward. We shouldn't be in our youth should be smarter, should be thinking faster, should be wanting more access to computer and things like that. It's not in the school, yes. That's why you need to protest. It genuinely, you people need a genuine protest because the government officials are rogues. They're not attending the needs of the students. But I'm saying you can't do it in militant uniform and exhibiting propensities of violence. No. You're getting your jeans, you're getting your t-shirts, you're getting your suits. Act like intellects. Walk around with your signs. Walk around the campus with your signs, singing songs. Find different means of demonstrating. You ain't going to break things up, but you're going to get your point across. The world will hear you. The world will respect you. When they see you dressed like students, going around, getting your point across with your placards and marching around in cycles, doing your protests. But when they see you, booyah, yeah, all dressed up in nasty looking, and want to be soldiers and things like that, Che Guevara and who all rebels, people don't want to get involved with you. That's not the way that our young people should be thinking today. It does not help our society and our people. So I'm just saying to you, the way you're demonstrating, you need to change all of that. We don't need all of that. Huh? You're not going to fight the government. If you're going to fight the government, fight them with your minds, not with your hands and the way you're dressing and things like that. We got to change the mentality. When you change the mentalities of your community, then it will change the mentality of the people you're fighting because they will look at you differently. Right now, everybody says, oh, don't matter, you'll do children ready to jump in there, muya, and do. No. When they see your intellects and you're doing your protest like intellects, you're writing people, the UN, the U.S. Embassy, ECOWAS, sending letters or telling people that look, these people are messing up. Then you're protesting, you're walking around, not going to classes. Let it go. Maybe pay the teachers. You're not going to no damn classes. You're not doing nothing. But you're not in military uniforms. You're behaving like students. When they take your picture, they'll show your picture like students all over the world. But they take your picture right now, they see you in military uniform running. You're not students. You people are militants, are troublemakers. So that gives me less enthusiasm to help you. Why would I won't help to a bunch of rebels? The people are not students, they are rebels. The world look at you differently. And that's why our country can improve, our country can grow. Because when people see the students from LU, they don't see students, they see a bunch of useless, rousal, noise-making militants. And nobody wants militants in college. This is how man, those guys don't want to learn. You know, other guys running around there, it calls other people in the side, that stupid shit. For what? Who wants to support you? You're not in school to learn. You're in school to do that kind of stupid thing. Students don't behave like that. The man reading something, he can't even finish reading it. You're acting the people in the street. You're acting the politicians. You're not politicians. You're students. When you lose your mind and your consciousness and the fact of who you are and start behaving the people in the street and things like that, you are classified as those people. You are rabble rousers. You are noisemakers. You need to check yourselves before you wreck yourselves. You need to. So I talked enough about this. I'll end on this topic now. Because if you don't get smart, our country will not change. If you don't get smart, things for you will not get better. You always take one step forward and 2 steps backwards. Things got to change. And it's up to you. That's my lesson on that. Now, let me take a break, then I'll bring on my people in the Buduburam.
naftu baraf dambaaso ma baranine balafiyo maxaa baqala loo bukaa isinkiyo quraanka baryaalaygu baaray markii aan soo barbaaran jigjiga u baaxay ma baranine balafiyo maxaa baqala loo bukaa isinkiyo quraanka baryaalaygu baaray markii aan soo barbaaran jigjiga u baaxay وبلوليني باليغو هذا برتو علي بيبي بربارتني بشي وبدانتيني ولو بساسي يقولي عيشة كبريسة والحاجة الرئية بيلقى سوسة bidantini wa lo basasaya unayo ishat kabarizata kol haja raiya bailaya sosara bailaya sosara kol haja raiya bailaya sosara nafto baydaastaan soo boodayo badka iyo biyahayga baahi badan baryayga wardhowra ku dhaabishada kalele awrbardoodantaa toobta buufise nafto
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you for watching. We also want to extend speedy recovery and get well soon to the CEO of my baking school over there, Dr. Prescod, Community Self-Help Vocational Baking School on the Buduburam camp. Our CEO had a bad week. I hope he recovers. get well soon, and get back to work. Thank you for your good work, CEO Roland Sonjuluka. We look forward to having you back to school next week. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my show. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy Independence Day. Enjoy this weekend. For you who got Monday off, more power to you. Okay, I'm out. I'm out. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, my